Simeon Tuitt here from simeontuitt.co.uk. Now I want to do this video because I want to show you some home automation when it goes wrong. Now when you set up home automation, not everything's going to run smoothly. You're going to encounter a few problems every now and then, and in this case it's an equipment issue. So recently I bought a few of these which you basically put into your light bulb holder, whether it's a lamp, your bathroom light, or a room light. And quite simply, then you plug in the light bulb to it and you can control it from a remote control, like one of these controls just here, or if you do it the way that I do it, from your mobile phone. Now, this was working great. I set it up and it was working for a few days basically, and then I was just basically in the bathroom, brushing my teeth, and all of a sudden it just went out. And I wasn't sure why. I wasn't sure whether the bulb had blown, so I changed the bulb hadn't blown or anything like that, and basically it turned out that this piece of equipment had died on me. So I had to get a replacement. The replacement's just here, but then the replacement arrived and the replacement was faulty. And the replacement, they're supposed to be able to record 6 codes, so from 6 different devices. So in this case, here's a door sensor that it should be able to record. It should be able to record this remote control here, this control here, and 3 other remotes to trigger it. Now it's not worked out like that, so I just want to demonstrate to you on this video basically what isn't working. So right now I've just got an old lamp out of the attic and I'm going to turn it on so you can see that it powers up, so it works perfectly. So right now I'm just going to actually take out the bulb, put in the actual unit that died, so it's in the bulb holder. Now when it goes in, let's just make sure it's in properly. When it goes in, it's actually supposed to have a red light just here that's supposed to go on. Now if it doesn't go on, that usually means it's died, and in my case it died. So just give me a second. So it's in the bulb holder. I'm going to turn the switch on. Turn the switch on, so that red light should be on, but it's not. So it just basically completely died. No reason for it. It just completely, one day, just decided that it wasn't going to work for me. So I had to wait around to get a replacement, but the seller was nice enough to send me a replacement, out for free. And, that was a kind of a relief. So I ordered another one of these. Now the other one I ordered also had problems. Now that one's currently upstairs in the bathroom, and that problem is it's only recording 2 codes out of the 6 that it should be able to take. So it can't even take all these devices just here as a transmitter. So right now I'm just going to turn, as we can see, like I say, the LED isn't working, so switch it back off, take it out, remove the bulb. And like I say, you're going to encounter little problems like this. Now, one of the things that you need to make sure of, sometimes equipment does fail, but in my case, it's failed 3 times on the same actual, home automation part, which is, a bit annoying because, like I say, this was for the bathroom, so it's just like really slowed down things. So here's the replacement part. This is the one that the seller, kindly sent me out. And this one, like I say, it actually does turn on. As you'll see in a moment, the LED will come on fine, but it will only record 1 code. So let's put that bulb in. Now if I switch this, as you can see, the red LED comes on. So we know that it's powering up, we know that it's fine in that respect. Now in fact, let's just get this control just here, because I think I've already set it up on this control. So what we'll actually do is give it a quick test and see if we can get it to come on. But I've either removed the code from this control or it's just not coming on. So we'll see in a minute when I try and actually link it, pair it up to one of these devices. So okay. But like I say, it depends on where you get your equipment from, whether you need to be concerned when your equipment fails. Because in my case, the seller's really nice and they've decided, to replace my parts, and I'll gladly buy from them, time and time again, because I know if I have any issues, they're going to sort me out. So right now, what I'm actually going to do, since I haven't got this code stored on this phone, on this remote anymore, is link it up to one of these devices. So in fact, I'm just going to factory reset it all the way to remove any codes that might be on it, because I might be using the wrong control completely. So as you can see, it's blinking away there, which means it's removing all the stored codes from its memory, because it can only store 6. So it can be a case of door sensors, as I've got one just here, which you basically just fix on your door. Door opens and it would turn on this particular light, or a remote control like this, where you can just basically hit 1, 2, 3, or 4, and it will, you know, turn on the light. And then there's this control just here, which I can hit with any one of these buttons basically and turn on the light. So first, what we'll do is we'll actually pair it up to this control. So what you need to do, and it's very simple to do it actually, you know, it's incredibly simple to do. All you need to do to set this up, and this is how easy home automation is quite simply, we're going to push this button, it's going to make the light blink, then I'm going to push a button on the remote control, it should blink once, and then that basically means that it's paired up. So let's give it a quick go. So we've pushed that, we push this, as you can see it did its little blink. Now when I push the button down here, ta-da! Okay, now I should be able to add another remote control in the exact same way. So right now you can see we've got a control just here. Let's just push the button. As you can see, it's lighting up, so it's powering up, so the remote works. Now we're going to do the exact same thing and see if it records this code or whether it just sits dormant. So it should blink like it did before, but we will see. So right now, what we're going to do is just quickly press the button, wait for it to flash. It's flashing. It's flashing, but it's not doing anything. And this is what I mean. This particular unit is faulty. All it's doing is recording one code. So I was really puzzled by this because I've never had this happen before. So, you know, quite simply I thought, what's going on? You know, is there something wrong with the bulb? And there's nothing wrong with the bulb, because if I just quite simply hit the on button here, it works fine. Now, then I thought, you know, let's try it out with one of these sensors. I thought the sensor could be faulty, so we'll do the same thing again. All I've got to do is move that sensor apart, and it should, if it was working properly, quite simply, you know, allow me to link it up. So let's do it once more. Okay, it's blinking. Move the sensor apart. It's blinking, and right now it should have already flickered, and it's not doing that. Now, I had the same problem with the one that's currently in the bathroom. That one's only recording 2 signals. So right now, as you can see, it stopped blinking, so we'll put this back together, and we will remove this remote from this memory. So we'll just quickly hold it in for what should be 6 seconds, but we'll hold it in until this basically starts blinking, and then, you know, that the actual code's going bye-byes, and basically we'll give a little press on that remote control in a minute after it stopped blinking, and we'll see if it actually still lights up. Okay, stop blinking. So right now we just need to actually try pushing a button. No, it's still in the memory. So, oh, in fact, my mistake. What I need to do is this. I need to push this and then push the button on the control to tell it exactly which remote to remove. So there we go, it's blinking, and there we go, it's actually removed it now. So we'll give another go on the control, and it's still not removed it. Okay, I've pushed, let's turn it off and give it one more go. Okay, we'll try the off button to remove and delete. There we go, it was the X button to remove it, not the on button to keep it. So, as you can see, not powering up, not coming on, because we've now removed the code from it. Now that's gone, we'll link it up to this door sensor just here. So, we'll quickly just press learn. As you can see, remove the sensor. So as you can see, it's paired up with this fine now. And if we try and link it back up to this control, you will see that it doesn't actually pair up again. So right now what we're going to do is we're going to get ready to just basically hit this little tick button just here, which we did before to link it up. And we'll hit the learn button. Learning. Signal's being sent to it, but it's not recording. So as you can see, it only records one code. So right now we're just going to do the exact same thing once again to remove it. Let's just hope it removes it by opening and closing it. So we will go, push learn, it's blinking, removed it apart. It's deciding that it's not going to do it because that's usually open, so hold on. I don't think it's going to remove it with this door sensor now. Unless yes, it's done it. It's done it. Okay, so it's removed the door sensor. So now we will pair it up to this last control. So as you can see, all these controls are working. It's not a case of, you know, it being the remotes that are faulty. So as we can see, this one powers up, it's glowing. So when I hit the learn button and hit the 1 button, it should link it up fine. So we're waiting for it to blink. It's blinking. We hit number 1. So as you can see, it paired up perfectly. So we'll hit number 1 again. Ta-da! As you can see, it's come on. We'll turn it off. We'll turn it on again. We'll turn it off. So as you can see, all these remote controls actually do work. It's just a case of a completely faulty unit that only wants to learn one code for one reason or another. So like I say, the bathroom one's exactly the same. It's only recording 2 codes for some reason. So I can't add all 3 remotes that I need to add because I've got a few of these on doors. So I want to know when the door's open. So as a case, you know, I've got one on the 2 back doors downstairs, on the front door, so when the doors open, the lights go on, and I know, you know, that somebody's made, you know, an entrance. Now, without being able to add these, then quite simply, this unit's pretty much useless to me. Now, like I say, the seller's really great. The seller is, you know, going to replace them. And if you are looking to get into home automation, you need to make sure before you buy from somebody that they're, you know, a good seller, you know, you've got good communication with them, and that if you do have any problems, that they'll be able to sort them out. So now I've got to basically, you know, I was going to actually just post these back to the seller because, you know, I felt a bit bad keeping them because the seller sent me out a replacement, you know, but like I say, the equipment doesn't work. So I had to do this video because I'm actually going to show it to the seller. I have gone to these lengths to show it to the seller, but I just wanted to prove that the equipment is faulty. It isn't a case of me just saying, hey, you know, the equipment's not working, send me out another because I know you're really nice and really kind and you're going to do it. I wanted to do this video to show and prove that, you know, sometimes home automation just does not go the way that you like it to. Now, as you can see from this setup video anyway, with the 1 code that it did learn, you know, this is how easy it is to set up home automation. You know, quite simply, you could set up one of these, you know, light bulbs to your bathroom, link it up to one of these actual door sensors, and every time your bathroom door opens up, it turns on the light. Now, this is great for people if they're, you know, getting into old age and, you know, they can't reach for, or they've got limited mobility and they can't reach for a light switch. Then you could link up one of these for them. They open up the door, or the door opens somehow, could be a sliding door, and then quite simply, you know, the light goes on for them. Or if they're in bed, you know, at night time, they could use one of these controls to quite simply, you know, just turn the light on and off. My gran, you know, had to have a second switch put in her room because the switch was all the way across the other side of the room from her bed. So with something like this, you know, before she passed, she could have quite simply just pressed the button on the remote control and turned on the lights, turned off the lights. Now, this is why I love home automation. It makes life easy. Myself, I've got sensors in